and the Hematites of Ishpeming High School. For Country Day at forward, a 6' 2" sophomore, number 40, Myron Potter. At forward for Ishpeming, a 6' 4" senior, number 32, Sean Swanson. At forward for Country Day, a 6' 2" junior, number 42, Ryan Ringgold. At forward for Ishpeming, a 6' 3" junior, number 34, Nick Joseph. At center for Country Day, a 6' 8" sophomore, number 44, Chris Weber. Center for Ishpeming, a 6' 6" senior, number 52, Sean Heinesma. Starting at guard for Country Day, a 5' 10" sophomore, number 20, Yapo Montgomery. At guard for Ishpeming, a 6' 1" junior, number 20, Brandon Sager. At guard for Country Day, a 5' 10" senior, number 22, Andy Slovis. At guard for Ishpeming, a 6' senior, number 24, Jason Ring. The head coach of the Yellow Jackets is Kurt Keener. The head coach of the Hematites is Tom Russo. Your officials for this evening's contest, Larry Burkett and Doug Glassman.
All right, the starting lineups have been introduced. Why don't we take a look at our officials who have had the honor of working the Class C state championship game. Larry Burkett and Doug Glassman, and the alternate is Max Lindsay. As the two teams get ready, quickly mention the coaches for both squads.
There's Coach Tom Russo for the Hematites, his 5th year there. Record 58 and 50. 11th year overall, 119, 107. Coach Kurt Keener, Detroit Country Day, 11th year at Country Day, 177, 68 losses.
All right, let's quickly get into the key matchup. This one not too difficult to analyze as far as what's got to be done by both sides. Especially by Ishpeming.
That's right, Rick. Sean Heinesma and Chris Weber, the two big players going at each other. What Ishpeming wants to do is they need to be patient on offense. They want to force Chris Weber to put the ball on the floor. If they can force him to do that, they feel they've got the guards that will drop down and make the good steal. For Detroit Country Day, they've got to have some other plays get into the offensive action other than Chris Weber.
And the tap goes to Country Day. Right outside, they'll start. They'd like to get inside to Weber, of course. Weber was barely short of awesome in the semifinal win last night against Cassopolis. Outside, Ryan Ringgold doesn't get it to fall. Ball goes out of bounds, and Ishpeming will get it. Full court pressure applied, though, by Country Day. Length of the court. This is Heinesma against Weber. Can't get it to fall, but the follow by Nick Joseph is blocked as well.
There's an example. Chris Weber did not block the shot of Sean Heinesma, but he sure made Heinesma think about it. Heinesma looked at Weber before he put the ball up, and that's what caused him to miss that shot.
Hematites get it in, but it's stolen away by Yapo Montgomery.
Yapo Montgomery, one of the 3 sophomore players that Country Day starts.
Inside, Andy Slovis with a nice dish and count it for Myron Potter.
Rick, Andy Slovis is the only senior that plays, actually the only senior on the team. 5' 10" senior. You'll see the replay. Great court vision from Andy Slovis. Looking inside, sees the player open underneath. Number 40, Myron Potter, puts it up and in. Myron Potter, a sophomore, 6 feet 2 inches, 190 pounds, 53% field goal shooter. From the free throw line, though, he's only 40%.
ball doesn't go, but Ayapo Montgomery gets the offensive board, and Country Day keeps it. In the corner, Ringgold got a half step, and the offensive foul against Ringgold will give it back to Ishpeming.
Good position inside by Jason Ring. Established the position on the baseline. You see number 42 going into him, but good position by Jason Ring, number 32.
The big call, not only does he give Ishpeming the basketball, had it gone the other way, as the block charge call can be, it would have been the second quick foul against Jason Ring, but he held his ground and did his job, and Ishpeming brings it up. We played just a minute here in the first quarter. Get it inside to Swanson, deflected away. You mentioned the youth of this Country Day, despite being virtually the #1 team for the entire season in all the polls. She said only one senior on the squad, and of the top 9, 4 sophomores. Good fake inside, and gives the basket to Brandon Sager.
Brandon Sager is real key in this game, averaging 14 points, 9 assists. He's got to get into the offensive action for Ishpeming, particularly outside, but that time was an excellent basket inside, and there you see again. I'll tell you, Andy Slovis has the best court vision. A lot of players that I've seen this year, he is just excellent at getting the ball inside.
Potter has all 4 points for Country Day. The shot doesn't go. And the rebound by Montgomery. Here comes Slovis again. Potter tries to make it 3 in a row. Webber with the offensive board. Couldn't get it to go. And the big man.
Good box out by Sean Tynesma. We said how he's really going to have to guard Chris Webber and force Webber to put the ball down in the court. That time they got Webber further away from the basket than he wanted to be and got a good defense.
Brandon Sager couldn't get it to go. Webber with the board. Country Day brings it up with the 2-point advantage. Slovis to Montgomery, who will launch the triple try and hit it. Back comes Jason Ring for Ishpeming, putting it up to Tynesma, going inside. Oh, what a big hoop for Tynesma.
Well, that time, Chris Webber thought about blocking it, but then he said, no, I'm going to draw the charge. But Tynesma, give him credit. He's the senior, more experienced, took it straight into Chris Webber. That's an excellent decision because Chris picks up some fouls here early in this game. That'll be a critical factor for Country Day.
Montgomery got caught up in midair, still got the shot off, but the rebound by Nick Joseph, the junior.
You mentioned in pregame, Country Day, 3 losses, but all 3 of those losses coming to Class A teams by a total of 7 points.
2-man play, Tynesma. This would be 3 for Swanson, just rims out. And the rebound pulled down by Ryan Ringgold. And Ringgold will bring it up for Country Day. Webber from the outside, a little bit long.
Chris Webber's just a sophomore, and he hasn't yet developed that outside shooting touch. That's something he's going to be working on the next couple of years. Tremendous inside 6 feet, but he really needs to work outside.
Tynesma lost it on the way up, and Webber comes to the eye of the loose ball. Slovis. Nice feed to Ringgold, but he took 1 too many.
Well, Ringgold had a little bit too fancy there with his footwork. But again, you saw the presence of mind of Andy Slovis up in the air, adjusting himself, getting the ball over to Ringgold. Slovis, just a senior on the team, really absolutely the team leader, but I think he's the real key to Country Day.
We quickly saw the first substitution of the game, 34, Kurt Blumhoff, 6'1" junior in for Country Day. Ringgold to the bench. Tynesma saves it from going out of bounds, has to give it up after losing his dribble.
See where Sean Tynesma is when he gets the ball. He's way out in the far court. That's not his normal position. There he gets the turnover. He's not used to getting the ball like that, but what they're trying to do is get Chris Webber away from the basket. That's why Tynesma is standing outside that far away from the basket.
Second turnover in the first quarter here for Ishpeming. In the corner, Chris Webber skip pass to Montgomery. Back to Webber, backing in, and following his own shot, and look at that.
Very tenacious around the basket is Chris Webber. Saw an example of that going up several times, tapping the ball in.
Brandon Sager got by his man, deflected away, and here comes Webber. He'll put the ball on the floor here. Look at this, 3-on-2, gives it up to Montgomery. And I tell you, you won't see many 6'8" guys do that.
I'll tell you what, Coach Kirk Keener has said that one thing that Chris Webber has improved a great deal on, and you'll see the replay here, is his ability to bring the ball up court. Look at the ball handling. A player 6'8", almost 6'9", a no-look pass over to Alpha Montgomery. He gets hammered, but again, Chris Webber, good open court dribbling, getting the ball down court to his teammate.
Foul on Kurt Blumhoff. And a Yuppo Montgomery at the line for 2.
76% free-throw shooter for the season. Country Day only 63% as a team. Not very good, but again, a lot of young players on this team, starting 3 sophomores and a junior, is Country Day.
Montgomery averaging 10 points a game and 5 rebounds as well. But he's already got half of his average, and we've played just over half the first quarter. He has 5, and the lead is 7 for Country Day. Jason Ring all the way down for 2.
Good decision by Jason Ring, a 6-foot senior. He saw the opening, took it straight in. One thing Ishpeming needs to do is not be intimidated by Webber's presence, but take it right at him. Jason Ring, excellent move inside.
In the corner, Blumhoff gets it into Potter. Webber gets the offensive board in the hoop. Notice how he went straight up once he got the rebound.
A lot of times players get caught reaching over the back. Sean Tynesma had good box out position, but Webber goes straight up.
Pass slapped away. Slovis got the quick hand. They'll get it ahead to Slovis. He gives to Webber. Webber with 6. The lead is 9. Back the other way comes Tynesma. Give him the hope. Tynesma shielded off Chris Webber with his body beautifully.
Now watch the replay. You'll see that Tynesma sees Chris Webber coming. Webber does not go up in the air. Watch this. Tynesma sees him, takes it strong into the hole. Webber picks up the foul. He also hit his head on the support there, but he got up. He's all right. You see him standing right there, but excellent decision again by Sean Tynesma, the 6'6" senior for Ishpeming.
We've got 2:44 to go as Tynesma at the line completes the 3-point play. He has 5 of Ishpeming's 9 points. Country Day with the basketball and a 6-point advantage as we approach the 2.5-minute mark here in the first quarter. This would be 3 and is for Kurt Blumhoff.
Kurt Blumhoff is a 3-point shooter, 44% from the season for 3-pointers.
Sager and Ring bringing it up for Ishpeming. They get it inside to Swanson. Blocked. Swanson, though, stays with it. And again follows his own shot. Good work by Sean Swanson. In a high-scoring game so far, favoring Country Day. Ishpeming hanging in there. Blumhoff into Potter. Potter gets the roll. Potter with 6. The lead back up to 9.
Country Day doing a good job spreading out the offense, not looking just to Chris Webber, but other players. Excellent inside feed by Brandon Sager.
Into Ring, who drew the foul and will go to the line for 2.
Country Day got caught a little bit flat-footed. You'll see the replay here. Brandon Sager, number 20, excellent feed inside at 24. Jason Ring goes up strong with a basket. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, and Ring had to have some pretty good hands on him to handle that pass.
Oh, that was a rocket. Jason Ring on the free throw line, only 65% for the season, missing the first one, but he also is a senior, averaging 14 points a game, 5 steals a game, 6.5 rebounds a game.
6-foot senior will get a second chance, cut into that deficit. Can't get either of them, and Webber with the board. Seventh rebound already for Chris Webber. Jumper in the corner, doesn't go, make it 8 rebounds. And finally the rebound by Ishpeming. Ring outside, skip past to Tynesma. Turnaround pop by Nick Wilson. All 5 starters have now scored for Ishpeming, although Country Day still has the 7-point lead.
Rick, I think this is good coaching strategy by Ishpeming's Tom Russo. He's forcing Chris Webber out of the middle by keeping Sean Tynesma outside. That opens up the rest of his players.
Montgomery from 17. He had 7.
I'll tell you what, while the two big fellas, long up-court pass, not a good pass really by Jason Ring. Not a bad idea, it just wasn't a good pass.
4th turnover against the Hematites.
One thing about Ishpeming, Rick, you can't on one individual player. They have 5 players, the starting 5, average between 13 and 17 points a game. If you focus on one player like Sean Tynesma, the other 4 players are going to score on you. All 5 of them have scored at one time or another during the season over 20 points in a game. So each one is capable themselves of scoring and having a big game.
Bryce Backos in the lineup for Country Day. Weber will probably be out. In fact, will be out for the rest of this quarter. Inside, the jumper up and in by David Williams in the lineup. 12 seconds to go. Into Tynesma, working, banks it up and in.
Sean Weber out of the middle. Tynes was able to go inside strong like he wasn't when Weber was there.
Blumhoff from midcourt, a little bit short, and a big first quarter for the Yellow Jackets of Country Day, who will lead Ishpeming 24-15. One of your network sponsors is Farmview Insurance on the Michigan High School Sports Network. Country Day scoring inside and outside, and quite often has a 9-point lead as we start the second quarter of the Class C State Championship. Jason Ring, though, gets on the board right away for Ishpeming.
One thing you got to remember about Ishpeming, they're averaging 81 points a game. They set a team record for total points in a season. You see the strength of Chris Weber there, though. I'll tell you, this young man is one of the strongest sophomores I can ever remember seeing in high school basketball. You see, he's going to get the good entry feed inside from Slovis. Slovis passing the ball inside. Weber, number 44, going in strong against Tynesma, number 52. Tynesma not able to hang with him once Weber gets the ball low post.
The comparisons have already been made frequently between Chris Weber and Magic Johnson. It's certainly a tough burden to put on a young man, but Weber hasn't disappointed anybody. Outside, Brandon Sager. Pass inside, and this will be a foul on Weber, I believe.
That'll be a Weber on Weber or number 34, I believe, in the game. Kurt Blumhoff. I'm not sure that foul will be called on. It is on Kurt Blumhoff. Weber got high up in the air, blocked the shot. They might have called him for goaltending, but the foul occurred before the shot went up.
We'll watch it again, see if the shot was on the way down or up.
Here's the replay now.
Borderline.
Good call by the official. I'll tell you what, Rick, the fact that Tynes was shooting the 2 free throws indicates that the block was good. Otherwise, they would have counted the basket, and he would have been on the line for 1.
Sean Swanson, 6'4" senior, will get a second chance for his 3rd point. Averaging 16 points and 4.5 rebounds per contest. He gets Ishpeming back within 9. We're just underway here in the second quarter. We appreciate those of you who joined us all day long on the Michigan High School Sports Network. Blumhoff in the corner thinks about it. Slovis from 15 didn't get the roll, but Potter gets the board and had it stolen away by Jason Ring. And he's fouled by Slovis.
You see Ishpeming here forcing the tempo of the game, driving up court. Slovis making the mistake on the hesitation dribble by Jason Ring, reaching in and picking up the foul. Ishpeming on the line for a bonus situation. Jason Ring, 35% free throw shooter for the year. But Ishpeming here in the second quarter, Rick, they're establishing more their kind of game tempo. They're running the ball. They're getting good transition buckets off the steals. That's something they have got to do in this game, is to shut off the offensive rebounding power of Detroit Country Day.
Yapo Montgomery back in for Andy Slovis. That's the second foul on Slovis. I agree with your assessment. Slovis, really the key offensively to this team as far as getting the ball inside to Weber. Free throw doesn't go. And Ishpeming is struggling from the line. Just 2 for 6 so far from the stripe. David Williams, a 5'11 junior now. Out front with Montgomery. Skip pass to Blumhoff, deflected away by Nick Joseph.
Not a good pass at all. When you're trying to throw over a zone like that and you throw a long pass, that gives plenty of time for the zone to react. And that time, excellent reaction by number 34, Nick Joseph, to knock the ball out of bounds.
So the Yellow Jackets will reset. Blumhoff in the corner looks into Weber. Now they lob to him. When he gets it that low, it's trouble for the opponents.
There is no way that any player is going to hang with Chris Weber if he gets the ball inside. They've got to deny that entry pass. They're not doing a good job of it. Chris Weber boxing and positioning himself very well inside.
Brandon Sager from way downtown. That gets the Ishpeming crowd on their feet. They've made the long trip down from just outside Marquette, and they've made a lot of noise along the way. They came down in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Moved over here on Friday, and last night with a victory stayed here for the final. Blumhoff from the corner tries to counter and does, just inside the three-point line. Blumhoff with 5, and the lead back up to 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Jason Ring looking in. Tynesma against Weber, and Weber got a piece of it, and here he comes, 2-on-1. Gives it up nicely to Blumhoff, and a foul on Montgomery. Even though it didn't pay off that time, another fine pass from Weber on the break.
Well, he made a good choice in the pass, because had he tried to go up, you'll see on the replay, watch him now, if he'd have tried to go up with that, he had good position, would have drawn the offensive charge against Nick Joseph. But number 24, Jason Reed, coming from behind, getting a good block shot.
All right, with 5:37 to go in the game, or in the second quarter, the score is Country Day 31, Ishpeming 21. And one of your network sponsors is Hudsonville Ice Cream on the Michigan High School Sports Network. For the Hematites, Nick Joseph, the junior, has 2 points so far. Make it 3.
Nick Joseph shooting 61% from the free throw line. Almost identical to 62% as a team Ishpeming shoots. But they've got to feel good, Rick. They've got a chance now to cut it to 8 points, as they do. And they've got to feel good with their chances here, because they've been able to do what no other team has been able to do very often against Country Day in the tournament, and that's stay in a close game with them in the first half.
In the corner, Blumhoff. Inside, deflected away. Weber comes away with it and scores. Weber with 13 in the lead, back up to 10. Good pump fake outside by Joseph. Count the basket and give the foul to Weber.
I'll tell you what we'll see on the replay, Chris Weber trying to get position, boxing out. He moved back into the shooter. The shooter has to have the ability to go up and come down. You'll see Weber here on the replay, backing up into Joseph, getting the foul. There's Weber, number 44, just kind of throws the hip out. Kind of acting like he didn't really do anything there, but he did pick up the foul. Nick Joseph going to the free throw line. Chris Weber picking up a big foul here in the second quarter.
It was a good lesson for youngsters there. Now, Joseph had to see Chris Weber coming. If you didn't see Chris Weber coming, something's wrong. But in any case, even though he realized there may be a collision, Joseph kept his concentration. You notice in the replay, his head, his arms, his wrists didn't move, stayed keyed on the basket. If you're going to get fouled, you're going to get fouled. You might as well have a shot to make the basket. He did just that, makes the three-point play. He scored. Actually, they're going to say the foul committed after the shot, so this is the opportunity for the 4-point play. He made the basket and gets the 1-and-1. He scores 6 straight points here for Ishpeming, and the Hematites back within 6 as we come up to the 5-minute mark of the first half.
It's interesting to see how the Detroit Country Day will react to this. They're not used to having a team stay this close with them, but Ishpeming doing a good job working the ball up court and establishing their type of game plan. Remember, this is a team that averages 81 points a game.
Inside, Potter, shot goes.
Myron Potter, Rick, he could have got an offensive charge there because he literally knocked over Nick Joseph.
In the corner, Nick Joseph feeling the confidence, doesn't get it to fall. And here comes Blumhoff ahead. 2-on-2 for Webber. Puts it on the floor and goes away with the hoop. Country Day's lead is back up to 10. Sean Swanson had it slapped away. This will be a double dribble by Webber, who tried to get the breakaway.
Well, everybody in the Chrysler Arena knew what was going to happen on this, because here you see Ishpeming as a team. The total rebounds only 7. Chris Webber himself has out-rebounded the entire Ishpeming team.
That courtesy of our masterful statistician, Mark Moore, who's done yeoman duty today at courtside. Tynesma thought about the 16-footer, saw nobody underneath, made the right decision. Here's the block by Webber.
Watch Slovis, he'll give it up.
He does! Oh, that was a design play! Andy Slovis put it off the backboard.
I'll tell you what, those guys have done that in practice about 100 times, just begging for a chance to do it in the game. What better game to do that than in the state final?
We'll get a chance to show you that again, but Slovis threw it off the backboard even though he had a shot at a layup. Sager inside, gives it over the ring, and the violation gives it back to Country Day.
They've got to be careful here because they can't give Country Day a real emotional boost here. We saw them in the game last night in the semifinals, Rick, and I'll tell you, once they get this emotion going, they are an incredibly powerful team, particularly going inside to Chris Webber.
Webber has scored 11 points in the quarter and 17 in the game. Blumhoff for 3, has hit 2 in a row from that corner. And the lead, just like that, up to 14 points for the Yellow Jackets.
That's exactly why Kurt Blumhoff is in the game right now, to hit that 3-point shot to open up the middle for Country Day's Chris Webber.
Outside, Tynesma faking. Tynesma now from 16 nails it.
Oh, that's a big shot. Tynesma took it straight into Chris Webber, challenging Chris Webber. Webber with some foul problems, didn't want to challenge, and Tynesma, smart as he is, a senior, taking it straight into Webber.
Blumhoff tries to go for 3 in a row, doesn't get this one. Brandon Sager brings it up. Nice pass to Jason Ring. Deflected out of bounds by Myron Potter.
Well, Myron Potter and Andy Slovis came across. Country Day getting back on defense, not allowing Ishpeming to get into a running-type transition game.
Ring for 3. Didn't get it. Another board for Chris Webber. Here comes Montgomery. 2-on-1. Keeps it himself. Partially blocked by Jason Ring. Watson and Webber absolutely eats the shot up. Almost eats a teammate up. Montgomery the other way. Count it! Ayapo Montgomery.
Incredible back-to-back action here. And Chris Webber is limping a little bit, Rick. I think when he came down with that block shot, he fell on top of a teammate. But watch this pass inside. Ayapo Montgomery, number 20, going up off balance, throws it up. Great feed inside by Nick Joseph. There you see it again. Nick Joseph, not a feed inside. He gets the foul. The feed came from number 24 for Detroit Country Day. Just an excellent job by Ayapo Montgomery. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 76% for the season.
Montgomery has already reached his season average. He has 10 points with 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and the lead is up to 16 points for Country Day. Three-pointer doesn't go. And the rebound once again by Country Day. Andy Slovis with the ball. Outside, they get it to Montgomery. Near steal by Swanson. Country Day will keep it. 1:37 left in the half. Slovis to Blumhoff. And stolen away by Swanson. And they're going to call a foul on Potter away from the ball. Myron Potter will pick up the personal.
Not a smart foul at all by Myron Potter. That's going to put Ishpeming on the free throw line.
Again, a quick reminder, you folks, we will get, if maybe at halftime, we'll get to that play in which the fancy dunk after the throw off the backboard by Andy Slovis. I know you folks want to see that one again. I want to see it again. So do you, John. Meanwhile, at the line, Nick Joseph with a big 1-and-1 here for Ishpeming. Has 8 so far, including 4 for 4 from the line, but he misses that one. And the rebound pulled down by Christ Backholz.
Backholz, a 6'5" sophomore, comes in substituting for Chris Webber. A lot of sophomores on this team for Country Day.
Good move by Kurt Keener. Webber already with 2 fouls. Even though playing under control, you don't want to risk that 3rd foul. Slovis open for the 3 from the left wing. And another rebound for Sean Swanson.
With Webber out of the game, you've got to look for Ishpeming to go inside to Sean Tynesma. He hasn't really been touching the ball here in the 2nd quarter. He'll try to get inside position, and they'll get him the ball.
Ring passes it inside. Montgomery with the steal. 40 seconds to go, and Country Day would like to play for the last shot. Ishpeming's guards, Ring and Sager, will try to prevent that.
You can see how they're spread out across the court. Going to keep dribbling, try to go down to the middle, sending cutters through the middle of the lane to get an open shot before the end of the half.
Montgomery normally would have taken that 3-pointer, but with the clock winding down, made the correct decision. Kurt Blumhoff playing catch with Montgomery. And now he'll launch it from outside. Rebound by Tynesma with 2. 1, he'll throw it the left of the court. And another big first half for the Country Day Yellow Jackets. 24 on the season, and they're going after their 25th win in a Class C state championship. One of your network sponsors is Denny's Restaurant, as you watch the Michigan High School Sports Network.
High school basketball is one of the top basketball states in the country, and we're certainly seeing this even exhibited as we watch state finals today.
Earlier today, Saginaw Buena Vista defeated St. Joseph 41-37 for the Class B crown. Detroit Cooley got past Detroit Southwestern 85-73 for the A title. And just prior to this one, Mayo defeated Beale City 78-67 for the Class C championship.
Ishpeming is not out of this game yet, but what they need to do is to deny the entry pass to Chris Webber. That's a tall order, but that's something that they've got to try and do. Double team or triple, they've got to deny that.
Myron Potter gets the offensive board and the hoop.
Myron Potter really has been a big factor in this game. When Ishpeming is concentrating so much on Webber, nice steal there by Ringgold.
And he gives to Potter, who scores again. Potter with 2 quick ones. He has 12. Nick Joseph gets it out to Tynesma, and the shot swallowed up.
He didn't even know he had it either. Chris Webber looked down and said, "What's this doing here?" I'll tell you, folks, you're seeing one of the best sophomores in the nation, without question, in Chris Webber, number 44.
Montgomery in the corner. Out to Slovis. Potter with the hot hand.
See what happens? Ishpeming so much aware of Chris Webber. Potter able to get open for the good shot, and more importantly, he's knocking it down.
Nick Joseph knocks one down the other way. He's in double figures with 10, but the lead is 20. for Country Day.
Nick Joseph averaging 14 points a game, one of the balanced scorers for Ishpeming. Also, Rick, in the classroom, Nick Joseph is an honor roll student as well with a 3.3 grade point average.
Inside, Weber turns and puts it up. By the way, no player for either team has 3 fouls, as the turnover gives it back to Country Day with 6:16 to go in the third.
You can see the double team down low, and Chris Weber.
Near steal, Montgomery. Now Slovis inside to the big man.
There's absolutely no way that anyone is going to hang with Chris Weber if he gets the ball low post.
And to steal. Here comes Slovis to the hole. He fouled by Tiny. We'll watch again. Now watch Weber going inside underneath. Again, remember, this is just a sophomore. Presence of mind to know where he is, compose himself amongst traffic, and still go up for the power slam underneath the hoop.
Well, you see him now. He gets the ball on the right side, number 44. Doesn't get it to go. Then he goes dribbling over to the left side, powers it down over the big person. Good presence of mind by Chris Weber. Excellent choice of dribbling.
Timeout on the floor. Country Day leads by 24. One of your network sponsors is Farm Bureau on the Michigan High School Sports Network. Hematites at the free throw line. Andy Slovis.
Rick, in the final round, Country Day, by the average of 30 points, has defeated its opponents here in the Class C tournament. Final round being the quarterfinals, semifinals, and of course today, they've really dominated each team they've played. Ishpeming comes into the game a good all-around scoring team, averaging 81 points a game, but really have been held way below their scoring average.
Country Day has outscored Ishpeming 11-2 here in the third quarter. Jason Ring outside. Now Sean Swanson at the top. Ball deflected away. Ishpeming will keep it with 5:36 to go here in the third. Sager had it stolen away by Montgomery.
Again, Myron Potter, the player we've talked about so much in this game, got his hand on the ball, knocked it away. Andy Slovis with a good entry pass over to Potter. He's looking to go inside if he doesn't get it.
Weber kicks it out to Potter. This will be a foul over the back on,
I believe that'll be on Ryan Ringgold. See the good box out position, I believe, by number 20. Sager. Actually, it's number 32 there, Sean Swanson, but he had good position. Ringgold coming over the back, picking up the foul.
Here come the Hematites. This will be a foul on Slovis, his third. Let's get to that question that many people have at home. Just what is a hematite, John Spooner?
Well, we're told that a hematite is a type of iron ore. Iron ore, not necessarily unique to lower Michigan, but in the upper peninsula, there's a lot of the hematites, and so that's where the name comes from.
Good feed inside by Ishpeming, and shot doesn't go. Too bad, a pretty play. I'm not sure what you would call one who mines hematite then. A hematiter? Country Day in the corner. Ayapo Montgomery looking inside. There's Weber open. There's the fake. It will be on Swanson before the shot.
As Chris Weber gets older, you'll see the replay here. Chris Weber, as he gets older, he's going to learn how to be able to do that. You see him post low, gets the ball, good entry pass inside. Number 44 fouled by Sean Swanson, 32. But Chris Weber was going to learn inside moves because he, as he grows older, is going to play against bigger players, and eventually when he gets into college, he's going to have to learn how to deal with that.
You don't think he'll play college ball somewhere down the road, do you?
Well, it's hard to say, but I think there's probably about 240 Division I schools that are interested in him right now.
This will not be over and back when Weber goes to get it. Look at that. Boy, I tell you, folks, you hate to go on and on about it, but when the talent is that outstanding, Just don't see one young man possessing that much at a time. Three-point jumper doesn't go. Montgomery got the rebound. He was fouled by Tynesma.
Tynesma not too happy with the call. Good job by Ayapo Montgomery, crashing the offensive boards. Nobody boxed him out.
We saw Ishpeming defeat Pewamo Westphalia last night in a Class C semifinal. Good ball game, 56-48, 8-point game. Pewamo Westphalia with a fine team this year, and a nice steal out front by Brandon Sager. His pass ahead to Ring is run down. Skips it over to Swanson from the corner, and tipped up and in. Joseph was there, Ring was there. They'll give it to Joseph, they say. Joseph with a dozen.
Rick, you mentioned about the big game last night for Ishpeming. All 5 of their starters had to play the entire game, whereas Country Day last night, they sat out most of the fourth quarter. So their players a lot more fresh tonight, and it certainly seems to be the case here for Ishpeming, just a little bit tired here in the second half.
Tynesman with a big board, and the Hematites try to get a little closer. Good change of pace by Ring. And the shot will not count. It will be against Ring and Ishpeming.
You'll notice Ryan Ringgold getting good position inside, not moving his feet, but you see number 42, good position, fouled by Jason Ring, number 24. Player control foul, so it will not be a shooting foul situation.
And that, I believe, is the 4th foul on Jason Ring. We'll check it. Inside, Weber follows his own shot.
Rick, in the regional semifinals, Chris Weber had 8 dunks in one game. He is an amazing basketball player.
Tynesma inside, comes up short, and Weber brings it up. Between traffic. Nice pass ahead to David Williams, who spins inside. Tynesma with the board. 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. Brandon Sager inside, and Weber with a steal. Andy Slovis. And the jumper outside, you see and hear by David Williams.
Everything really going right for Detroit Country Day. And they're able to get other players into the offensive action. That's exactly what Coach Kurt Keener needs to see happen. He was very concerned about the teams that play against him, focusing on Chris Weber. He'd be really happy to see what's happening here in the finals because other players are getting into the action.
It might be lost, again, as we said, when you see a player that talented, but I think a lot of folks overlook what an outstanding team Country Day would have without Chris Weber.
Well, that's an excellent point. As young as they are, they're still very heady ball players. They play in national AAU tournaments throughout the nation.
Look at the play defensively there by 40 Myron Potter.
Well, Myron Potter really has done an excellent job this game. You pointed out several times offensively, he's taken the scoring burden off of Chris Weber. That time defensively, he made a key steal. Detroit really doing what they need to do and doing it well.
Look at the pass from Weber to Potter.
Well, with a pass like that, people can start saying and making comparisons to Magic Johnson. See the screen there, Weber, nice look inside. Potter breaking number 40, gets fouled by Sager, but still, Chris Weber doing a good job looking inside, averages 2 assists a game. The young man really is a dominant player, Rick, in particularly high school basketball, when you look at the fact that he's only a sophomore.
Free throw doesn't go. Out on the fly comes Brandon Sager. He gives the Ring, lost control, unfortunately. He was trying to get it over to his teammate.
We'll credit Andy Slovis for Detroit Country Day, number 22, getting back on defense very well. One thing that Detroit has done so well against Ishpeming is getting back on defense, not allowing Ishpeming to run. That's what Ishpeming does so well, averaging 81 points a game. They've set a team record for most points scored in the season, but today they've really been shut down by a tenacious Detroit Country Day defense.
Dave Johnson in the lineup now for Ishpeming with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Country Day with the basketball and in control of this one. Blumhoff hits the triple.
Kurt Blumhoff, the designated three-point shooter, comes in off the bench to do two things: play defense and hit the three-point shot.
He scored a three-point basket in all 3 quarters. Nice play to Joseph. Shot doesn't go. And here come the Yellow Jackets again. Coach Kurt Keener calls out play 2. Fans wanted Webber to take the three-point shot. Instead, Blumhoff will get inside for a higher percentage shot.
It's ironic. Blumhoff, the designated three-point shooter. Chris Webber, the designated slam dunker. They switch roles there on it, and it still works for him.
Webber with a big smile on his face as he heard his fans screaming that out. Back goes inside, goes to the floor out of bounds. They will keep it with just under a minute to go here. And checking to the lineup for Country Day. And Chris Webber coming out. I'm not sure if this is for the final time of the game or not, but he's getting a standing ovation from his teammates and the Country Day fans. We might see him back in the start of the fourth quarter, or he might not. Dave Johnson at the top looks for the screen, and a steal by Slovis. Andy Slovis will slow it down for the Yellow Jackets. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Blumhoff for another triple. Comes up short. Tynesma with the rebound. 6 rebounds for Sean. Good pass to Joseph from Sager.
That time, Ishpeming got out in a good fast break transition type game. Country Day not getting back on defense. Nick Joseph, smart, heady player, taking it into the hole. Nick Joseph, 6'3" junior, shooting 61% from the free throw line. Ishpeming, 62% as a team.
Ishpeming set a school record for points this year, averaging 81 points per contest. They've only scored 4 points in this third quarter with only 19 seconds to go.
Rick, there's a tendency for a team when they think about playing a player like Chris Webber and the Detroit Country Day team that they lose focus of what they do so well. There's so much concentrating on playing good defense that they forget that they've got to score also, and that really has been a problem for Ishpeming here, particularly in the third quarter.
Nick Joseph has all 5 of Ishpeming's points here in the third quarter as Country Day plays for the final shot. Well, they won't get the final shot apparently with 6 seconds to go. Country Day, or Ishpeming rather, will get one more chance. They get it into Sager. Blumhoff from way beyond the three-point line, can't get it to go, and that ends the third quarter. After 3 periods of play, Country Day of Birmingham leads Ishpeming 67-34 on this, the Michigan High School Sports Network. Of the way to the Class C state championship over Ishpeming. 33-point lead. We start the fourth quarter for a lot of reasons. One being number 44, Chris Webber.
You watch number 44 getting a good entry pass from Andy Slovis. He'll miss the shot, but then he's going to get the follow-up and go power-up, slong, slam dunk. Chris Webber, one of the top stars. As well he should, Rick, averaging 14.5 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 2 block shots. A great player in the history of Ishpeming. And remember, Ishpeming setting an offensive record, 81 points. They've set other team records as well. They certainly are a class team. And Tynesma ends his career here at Ishpeming, but he doesn't go out a loser, really, Rick. He's been a champion in heart, and Ishpeming certainly has done the UP proud here in this tournament.
Tynesma leads with 9 points. And believe me, folks, as Nick Joseph outside, there will come a day when Sean Tynesma is proud to say to people, I scored 9 points on Chris Webber once.
Well, that's true, but the day for Sean Tynesma today has been Country Day, and he certainly has had the face of Chris Webber in his face all the time. And you see the hand given to Iapo Montgomery. There he is giving the 5 to his teammate. The ironic thing about that is he knows he might be back here for 2 more years.
Joseph from the corner couldn't get it to fall. Out on the fly, and a steal by David Johnson. But the pass a little too far. We'll give it back to Country Day.
Right idea by Ishpeming. They've got to score quick. They know it. Down by so many points, really in their mind, they just want to be respectable now. By being respectable, they want to continue to play smart defense, try to collapse inside Chris Webber. There's a little bit of a pride factor here, not giving Webber a slam dunk. Number 42, Ryan Ringgold, leaves the game, 6'2" junior. He also will be back next year for Detroit Country Day, as well as everyone on their team except Andy Slovis.
Oh, my goodness. I'm glad you folks stuck around for the rest of it to see that one.
Well, with that slam dunk, what that means is Chris Webber will be coming out of the game now. That's what he waited for here in the 4th quarter.
And the rebound by Backos. David Williams outside. Well, they want to try to get one more dunk. They better wait. The backboard is still vibrating from that previous one.
Well, we saw Webber do that last night. He got called for a technical foul hanging on the rim, but he could get called for hanging on the backboard the way he moves that thing.
Here's a whistle. Let's watch it one more time. This will be the final dunk of the game.
A lot of credit to Andy Slovis, 44. Chris Webber going up. Hammer time, throws it down, but Andy Slovis with the lob inside gave him that.
Myron Potter will check out. David Williams will check out. And here he comes. Good sportsmanship applied there by Brandon Sager, congratulating him. And now Chris Webber. What the heck? Let's watch it again. Look at that. The feed is perfect. Spread the legs and let her rip.
Tell you what, folks, that's one of the top sophomores in the country you're watching. He's going to be around for 2 more years of Michigan high school basketball, as well as most of his teammates. Country Day developing themselves into a real basketball powerhouse.
Meanwhile, Scott Lehman gets his name in the state championship record book with 2 free throws.
Country Day's coach Kurt Keener really has done an excellent job with his team. Considering their youth, he really has molded them. They play much better than their youth and their experience shows.
Backos gets the rebound, the pass deflected away. And Nick Joseph will check out of the lineup along with Brandon Sager for Ishpeming. And the Hematite crowd has stayed loyal right to the end. They're applauding their players.
Great pride in the Upper Peninsula, and they're very proud of Ishpeming and their record 24-1 this year. What they've done getting to the state finals. Excellent play by their seniors. We saw Nick Joseph leave the game. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. He'll remember what it was like being in the finals.
Inside, the shot doesn't go. Backos follows it once, follows it twice, follows it 3 times, and it pays off. He'll go to the line. Again, you bring Backos in, a 6'5" sophomore.
It's just amazing what Country Day is able to do coming in off the bench. Backos here just struggling. There's the first offensive rebound, and he gets another one. He's going to put the shot up. It won't go. He'll come back and get the 3rd offensive rebound. Finally, he's going to get fouled on the baseline. Backos doing a tremendous job. Only a sophomore, 6'5", and you tell me whether he's not going to be growing some more.
He's on the state championship ledger with a free throw. Just under 5 minutes to go.
You mentioned Kurt Keener, Rick. He's been at Country Day for 11 years. The first 2 years were his only rookie year. Since then, Kurt Keener has averaged 19 wins a season. They've been district champs for 7 years in a row, 2 regional champions, semifinalists last year. They're a finalist this year. Country Day is a dynasty, and many people think they have the possibility of being one of the top teams in the state of Michigan, regardless of what classification.
We'll try to stay up with the players as best we can. Wholesale substitutions for both sides. For Country Day, Scott Lehman, Andy Slovis, Sean Lyle, Mike Monaco, and Bacos. Lehman outside. The jumper by Lilly. Lyles, rather. By the way, the largest margin of victory is in jeopardy here. The largest margin of victory in any class championship game was 43 points in 1951 as Brimley defeated Dimondale 74-31. Ironically, another UP school, Ishpeming, not too far from Brimley, possibly facing the other end of a new record. The differential is 44 points.
Folks might be wondering what is the record for the most points scored in the game. 108 points scored by Flint Central back in 1981. I don't think that record is in jeopardy, but that is interesting to note. A great Flint Central team. That started their string of 3 straight Class A championships.
Boy, I tell you, it's been a nightmarish second half for Ishpeming. Now, the Hematites, as we said, set a school record for points scored, averaged 81 points a game. They scored only 5 points in the third quarter, and the free throw off the mark with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the fourth. They have not scored a point in this period yet.
Rick, one of the big things that Country Day showed, many people said, how could they play, or how can they play without Chris Webber being in the action? Chris certainly was the dominant player, but Country Day showed today that they've got other players that can come in and score.
Inside for the rebound, Darrell Hervey gets the board, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Watch the penetration move here on the replay. Andy Slovis again, the only senior on the starting 5, looking to go up with a shot, a little bit off balance. But again, the crashing offensive rebounding of the Country Day really has been a factor for them in this game.
Andy Slovis checks out. He gets hugs from the coaching staff, and he starts to celebrate the Class C state championship.
The only senior on the team, and what a great way for him to leave his career at Country Day. Andy Slovis, I consider one of the key factors in Country Day's success this year. Chris Webber has had to have somebody get him the ball all year long, and that person has been Andy Slovis.
Country Day keeps it alive. In the lineup right now for Ishpeming, Dave Johnson, Pete Nault, Todd Cass, Joe Junick, and Dan Luciani. Out ahead of the pack, Dave Johnson for the layup, and he'll go to the line for 2.
What you have now, Rick, on the court really could be considered by the players out there now as a whole new game. These are the guys that haven't gotten too much playing time during the season, but these are the guys that have worked awfully hard at practice for their teammates. They're getting a chance to play in the state finals, regardless of whether they win or lose, what team they're on. The opportunity to play in the state finals is an experience that many of them will live and enjoy the rest of their life.
Dave Johnson breaks the scoring drought. Almost 4.5 minutes of the fourth quarter does Ishpeming go before getting on the board. And Johnson on the state championship scorebook. That's a thrill for him. 5'10" junior. Country Day bringing it back up. Mike Monteco. 5'10" junior guard. Way downtown, the shot doesn't go. And the rebound by Todd Cass. Cass will take it inside himself, battling for it, and draws the foul. That was just flat out hustle by Todd Cass. He lost it on the way up, but he didn't quit. As soon as that ball hit the floor, he went after it, came up with it, and he'll get 2 free throws as a result.
Fouls on Darrell Hervey, also another sophomore. We talked about the sophomores on Country Day. Usually when a team is ahead by this margin, they take the seniors and juniors out and let the sophomores play. Country Day takes sophomores out and puts more sophomores in.
Todd Cass, 6'1" junior, will get 2 free throws. Correction, 1 and 1. First one doesn't go, and a foul going after the rebound. We'll go the other way and get the 1 and 1. Stay tuned. Following the game here, we'll have the award ceremonies. Runners up and the championship. Something that a lot of folks aren't aware of, but the trophies for the runner-up team and the championship team are identical trophies except for the engraving on the plaque. And there's a very good reason for that, because they're both winners. You get to this level, you're a champion. Unfortunately, only one team can be number 1 and the other team number 2. And on the board, Sean Lyles again.
Greg, I think that's excellent philosophy by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. What that shows is there's more to it than just winning, and that's the effort made in getting there. And I think that's a great example of what high school athletics is all about.
We appreciate those of you who've joined us throughout the day on the Michigan High School Sports Network. Inside, shot is up and good by Todd Cass.
Well, what we're looking at right now, every time Country Day scores, they're setting a new state record for most point margin. Every time Ishpeming scores, they're knocking that record back out of the book. So we've got an interesting little game here playing with stats.
Again, the record is 43, and the differential right now is 42. To be honest with you, though, my guess is there isn't anybody on the Country Day bench that cares or knows about the differential record.
Makes absolutely no difference to them at all. Difference is made is how hard they've worked this year, where they've come. Detroit Country Day, a dominant team in Class C. We've said several times in this broadcast, they've only lost 3 times, all 3 to Class A teams, by a total margin of 7 points in all 3 games.
Mike Monaco gets a free throw, the second one kept alive by Country Day. And the Hematites give it inside. Shot doesn't go. Back on the fly, this is Monaco pulling up from the outside. And the offensive rebound by Hervey. And his effort will get him to the line. Daryl Hervey, a 5'11" sophomore. No surprise there.
Well, almost every person on the team is either a sophomore or junior.
Darrell will get 2 and comes up a little bit short in that one. And what that means is Darrell will, of course, hear about that one from his teammates in the post-game celebration.
What that also means is that Daryl Hervey is no longer shooting 100% for the season. Up to that point, he was 2 for 2 for the season. That blew what maybe might have been a school record for him. So he just blew it here in the state final.
He would have certainly tied the school record at the very least. On the baseline, moving inside, Joe Junick. And Joe will get a chance to get on the state championship record with 2:14 to go in the game. Country Day well on its way to the Class C state championship. And the cheerleaders starting to celebrate the title. Junek will get a second one. He's a 5'11" junior. And I want to thank folks who helped us all day long here. Walter Dell, John Johnson, Communications Director for the MHSAA. Fred Seibel, also Assistant Director for the association.
Folks might be wondering, well, why don't the players just give up and quit trying so hard? Why don't they just quit fouling and putting the other team on the line? They know they have no chance of winning. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you work this hard all year long, one of the key issues is pride. You're not going to sit back and let another team walk over you. These players on the court, they've worked hard. They're trying to earn some respect, and they're going to do everything they possibly can. No chance of winning the game. That doesn't matter. It's not the final points that count, but it's what you do every second of the game. And as long as there are seconds left on the clock, these players are going to play 100%.
There are exactly 127 seconds left as Monaco goes 1 for 2 from the line for the second straight time. And pushing up for Ishpeming is Corey Mahowski. Boy, bodies flying everywhere. And out on the fly comes Country Day. A couple players shaken up. And Mahowski is hurt for Ishpeming in the backcourt. Jumper doesn't go. And Mahowski really hurt, and finally time is called. And I tell you, the official, I don't think Larry Burkett saw it, and Mahowski is really hurt over on the bench. He's made his way over to that. It's some kind of ankle or leg injury.
Rick, that is the danger in a game like this, in a blowout situation.
We'll take a break with Country Day leading Ishpeming 81-38. One of your network sponsors is Hudsonville Ice Cream on the Michigan High School Sports Network. It's back in action here. The ball is live. The steal inside and give the layup to Ishpeming's Dave Johnson. Well, let me tell you, you didn't miss any points, but you did miss a little action. The players playing hard both ways. We're under a minute to go here in this one. And Hervey for three. Well, comes up short like he did on the free throw.
Got a right number 12 there, diving out of bounds. Terrence Watson. I mean, they're beating him almost by 40 points, and he's still diving for a ball. That's the indication of what I'm saying earlier. These players are going to play 100% whether they're winning or losing.
Scott Lehman, the player who made the dive.
I guess it could have been Scott Watson. He was playing on the Class A team in Southwestern.
Give the basket inside to Dan Luciani. Jumper on the outside doesn't go. Followed by Bacco Snow. Under 18 seconds. A 3-on-1. Look out. Oh, my goodness. A runaway truck. And look at the sportsmanship there. Isn't that great?
That is excellent. I'll tell
That's
you
one of the highlights of the day right there. The players, I mean, that was a serious collision out there between Dean Gabory of Ishpeming and Mike Monaco. And when you see players hit like that, as we go to the other side for the one-on-one by Monaco, I don't know if we get a chance to see a second look at that. But the key there was the way they got up, looked at each other.
A lot of times a collision like that, players will get up swinging. But I'll tell you, that's great there. The player got up and really gave him the ball. Gabory just did a good job. Great sportsmanship. Excellent example of high school athletics at its finest.
Inside, Hervey fakes. Bacco's tip. The ball's still loose. And from half court, Johnson will let it fly. Doesn't get it to go. Birmingham Country Day has won the Class C state championship, defeating Ishpeming 82-43. The Yellow Jackets shaking and baking after winning the title. One of your network sponsors is Denny's Restaurant. We'll come back with the awards ceremony on the Michigan High School Sports Network.